All right, let's talk about something that's probably on a lot of our minds, managing our money. The big question is, what's actually better? One of those slick, automated budgeting apps, or going a bit old school with a manual planner? We're going to dive into a real-world test and see which one really wins out. This quote right here, it just gets to the absolute heart of the problem, doesn't it? So many of us, we sign up for these apps thinking, okay, this is it. This will fix everything. But then we end up just watching. The app does its thing, and we become passive observers instead of being in the driver's seat. And that feeling really sets the stage for this whole dilemma. You start with an app, it seems great, but that sense of being disconnected from your own money just starts to grow. And it turns out it wasn't just a feeling. There was something else, something much more concrete going on. Yep, it was about the cost. It's this thing called subscription fatigue, and I'm sure we've all felt it. I mean, there's a real irony, right? You're paying money every single month for a tool that's supposed to help you save money. It starts to feel a little counterintuitive. And we're not talking about a few bucks here. It adds up to about $80, maybe even $100 every single year. When you start doing the math over 2, 3, 4 years, that convenience starts to look pretty expensive. And that's what sparked the search for a new way. So what was the alternative? Well, instead of just finding another app, the experiment was to go in a completely different direction. A structured planner, but one built in a tool that, honestly, most of us already have and use, Google Sheets. This wasn't just some messy spreadsheet, it was a real, organized system. So what exactly is this personal budget planner? Think of it like a super smart spreadsheet template. It's designed for you to manually track your spending. But here are the key takeaways. No automatic link to your bank, and this is the big one, no monthly subscription fee. It's all about putting you back in charge. Now, don't let that word manual fool you into thinking it's basic. This thing is still packed with powerful features. It tracks everything, it does the math for you, and it gives you this awesome visual dashboard. But maybe the best part, you buy it once and it is yours forever, period. Okay, this is where things get really, really interesting. Making that switch from an automated app to this manual planner, it led to 3 totally unexpected discoveries. And these insights really make you question if automation is always the best way to go with your finances. The first discovery, and honestly, maybe the most powerful one, was this. Just the simple act of typing in what you spend, it changes everything. It's a small action, but it shifts you from being a passenger to being the pilot of your own finances. And this quote just nails the psychology of it. That little bit of friction, right? The fact that you know you'll have to log that $5 coffee or that thing you just saw online, it makes you pause. It forces you to ask, do I really need this? And just like the quote says, that tiny pause can slash your impulse spending. All right, discovery number 2. This one is all about clarity. You see, a lot of apps just throw a long, endless list of transactions at you, but it turns out a simple, well-designed dashboard can be way more powerful for understanding where you stand. So instead of getting lost in the weeds, this visual summary made the big stuff impossible to miss. It was suddenly crystal clear where the budget was breaking, which spending habits were slowly creeping up, and most importantly, how much was actually left to save. That's insight you can actually use. And the final discovery. This one is huge for anyone whose financial life doesn't fit into a perfect little box. This manual planner was just so much more flexible. It could handle the messiness of real life in a way that rigid, automated systems often can't. And this is a massive deal if you're a freelancer, a gig worker, or just anyone whose paycheck changes from month to month. So many apps are built assuming you have a steady salary. With a manual planner, you can easily tweak and adjust your budget to match reality without having to fight with the software. Okay, so now that we've seen all these discoveries, let's just put these 2 methods side by side, a direct head-to-head showdown to really see how they stack up against each other. And this chart breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have the apps, right? They're all about automatic syncing, convenience, and you pay for it with a subscription. On the other side, the planner. It's manual input, it's focused on control, and it's a one-time purchase. It's really a different philosophy, convenience versus control. And, well, let's talk about the cost again, because the numbers don't lie. For what you'd pay for just 1 year of a typical app subscription, you could have bought this planner twice. Over the long run, the savings are just undeniable. So, after looking at all this, we get to the most important part. The big question, which one of these is the right fit for you? Because, spoiler alert, there is no single right answer for everyone. It's all about what works for your personality and your life. So, a manual planner is probably your perfect match if you are just done with subscriptions, if you're comfortable working in a spreadsheet, and if your finances need that extra flexibility. It's really for the person who values having total control and ownership over their own data. But hey, on the flip side, let's be real. An app is definitely the way to go if the very thought of typing in every purchase is a complete deal breaker for you. If you need that real-time sync and you rely on those push notifications to keep you honest, then yeah, the convenience is absolutely worth the price. In the end, it all boiled down to this one simple but really powerful thought. For this person, the awareness they gained from the manual process was just way more valuable than the convenience they got from automation. Awareness was greater than automation. And that's really the question we want to leave you with. When you think about your own money, what's more important to you? Is it convenience or is it control? There's no wrong answer, but knowing what you value is the first step to finding a system that actually works for you. So, what do you choose?
If you're curious, I'll leave the link to the personal budget planner below. Take a look and see if it fits your style. No pressure, just another tool that might finally make budgeting stick. Or you can simply visit the following URL, valuepot.link/pbp.